missed out Dremel there back in, and we'll have to watch for him from Czechoslovakia. Mayer, number 6 from West Germany, is one of the favourites. Egon Müller on the outside, another German, number 6. Here we got a glimpse of Mayer. Dremel, the Czechoslovakian favourite, and threatening to take this title for the first time. It's a very tense moment as we really come to the ball, and they're absolutely flying into that first corner. They're giving nothing away here. The real tight one, something really almost went there. There was just about a whisker, and they're still all tightening up, and they are giving nothing. Just look at this. Remember, it's 160 kilometers an hour, and they are flying and giving not an inch. It is really desperate action as they duck and dive. And coming through there, and it looks as though it was Dremel who took the knock. Oh, ruthless tactics, and we have a faller. It looks like Alice Dremel, the Czechoslovakian, is the one who's gone down, and the crowd are not at all happy about that. Something really did have to give there, because there were elbows flying, the riders were putting themselves about. It was contact judo at 160 kilometers, and something just had to give. The flag is out. Looks as though Dremel is the one who goes. He does get knocked off as clean as a whistle there. Goes down. Didn't seem to be a particular amount of damage. He fell cleanly. The machine seems to go clear. These bikes are fitted with automatic cutouts which are attached to the rider's throttle wrist, so whenever they let go of the handlebars, the machine theoretically should cut. Well, they pick themselves up and dust themselves down. Here's Dremel number 10. We'll look at the action again. Dremel gets picked up cleanly here. Just a slight collision, but at these kind of speeds, that's fatal. Down has gone the Czechoslovakian, to the dismay of the crowd. Carl Mayer seemed to be the rider who did the touch there. There is Dremel. And they're going to have some work on that machine now. They're in the pits, and now we have the frantic action. There are these racing speeds. And some paint hysteria in the Czech corner of the pitch. They've got a couple of spare bikes there. Looks like the front end may have been damaged. That would be predictable because the wheel was taken away. Mayer it was who put himself about, but it's a tough old business. You can see these machines here costing something like about $5,000 American. They are run, of course, on wood alcohol. They don't weigh an awful lot, something a little more of the engine itself, and that looks like a Czechoslovakian Gallo engine, predictably from Dremel. Weighs a little more than a pretty big household sewing machine. Pound for pound, it's as strong and exhilarating an engine as you'll find in motorsport. There is the clutch, as they're changing one of the primary chains. That looks like a major overhaul job going on here. The clutch may well have got some dirt in it as the bike went down, which was clogging and just taking an edge off that starting ability. There is Dremel, looking like some jousting knight of old. The visors, the pull-offs there, the helmets, of course there's the wraparound. And the pull-offs, we should explain, are the visors. You can see there's about 2 or 3 of them in front of where the goggles would be. When one of those pull-offs become clogged, you'll see them rip them off so they get a fresh vision and a better view with another one underneath. On a wet meeting, they can go through something like about 10 pull-offs during a race, because you'll understand that if you get a face full of dirt at 160 kilometers an hour, it reduces your vision, and that can be very dangerous. We're going to have a restart, and there is Mario Tukkovic, number 13. Won a couple of races that have looked threatening, well up on the leaderboard. And the referee has allowed Dremel back in, so clearly he felt he was the aggrieved party. Number 14 was Gerd Riss, the German. We thought more, expected more of him. Taking their time to settle. Stenman, number 6, is Mayer. And on the outside, it is Egon Muller. And they're impatient to get away, and the break this time. And Mayer shows, so too does Stenland down the inside. There's a rare battle here. Mayer it is that shows early on. We'll watch for Eric Stenland because he is in contention as well. Muller is up. They're all going and just look at the action there. They're flying through on the inside. It is Eric Stenland from Sweden. Oh, and that was a real close call. They are giving nothing away. But it is Stenland who has moved into the lead here. Terrific action, number 1. Just getting the legs, just getting the acceleration. Streamlines down the back straight. They're all tightening up, giving just about nothing away. Just one slip here could be deadly. There's Eric Stenland coming back into the reckoning. He's had a couple of falls. Looking back on his inside shoulder for Mayer. Egon Muller's moved up there, number 5, using all his experience and track craftiness. But it is Stenland from Sweden. The Swedes, of course, with a great record on conventional speedway and on ice, and that's a spectacle as well. Not quite perhaps such a reputation of this particular sport with these big, fast, flat-out circuits. But Stenland is making amends as Dremel gets up to challenge as well there around the outside. And this will carry Stenland into the final. Remember, these are qualifying races, and then the top scorers move into the final, which will sort it all out, and that should be quite a race. And they are still ducking and diving and still passing people and still taking colossal risks. Stenland in front and going into the final here surely. All piling behind him. And Alice Dremel there we saw throwing off his goggles in disgust there. He really needed a victory there to enhance his chances, but Stenland was the surprise packet. So we come into the final and the calculators are right, because by our reckoning it's Simon Wigg who needs just a 3rd place to be successful. He leads the points as long as he keeps Dremel in his sights. He's going to be all right. Wigg, who has been consistent all afternoon, as they break away there. We look back and it's going to be Dremel and Mayer as they hit the corner. It is Dremel who leads it. In 2nd place is Mayer. Wigg coming bursting through, and he has just got to keep Dremel in his sights. He is 3 points clear, providing he stays where he is. It's going to be a victory for him, and he knows exactly what he's got to do as they all hit the corner. Dremel in front, the Czechoslovakians loving that. But where is Simon Wigg? Because remember, they carry their qualifying points forward, and that could be the critical factor in the final analysis. Well, the crowd are enjoying it, but looking back, Wigg is well placed. And even if Dremel wins this final, his points that he will get will not be sufficient. It would still be Simon Wigg by just the merest margin. There, going over the line is Dremel, and the crowd are enjoying this, but they know that unless Simon Wigg does something drastically wrong here, he is going to be the champion, because he has just done the clever thing. He has picked his points, he knows what he's got to do. And although Dremel is doing everything that the Czechs in the crowd could ask, he has some indifferent races early on, and he's going to pay the penalty. Wigg is sitting safely back in 3rd place there, and he's got Dremel, and he knows as long as he stays there, there's no real danger to him. Mayer is 2nd. If it stays this way, it's going to be Wigg, Dremel and Mayer in that order. disappointment for the Czechs and disappointment for the Germans. I rather felt that they thought Karl Mayer would be good enough for a hat-trick of wins, but it's going to be Britain's day. Dribble wins the final, but that's just for the record books. And there goes Wigg over the line on his back wheel, because he knows he has done enough to win. There's the race winner, but all the attention, the focus, the spotlight, the congratulations will be on Simon Wigg, who rode a sensible, strategic race there. He knew he was clear. And there's the final results. Wigg by just 1 point from Czechoslovakian dribble. Mayer is third. Stendelum is fourth on 28. Looking down the order in fifth place, it's another German, Egon Müller, and Hans Nielsen from Denmark, sixth. A bit disappointing with 20 points. And so to the victor, the spoils, Simon Wigg, the champion. He's done his work well. He did all that was necessary, and he acknowledges the crown. He set his heart on this one. He's done his job, and he is the champion. So for all of us at Eurosport, we hope you've enjoyed this World Speedway Championship final.